closed and we're back to grip training. I'm gonna attempt the 280-pound gripper today from LivePro. That's the Chinese company we got here. They only got these two. I don't really know why. They only got the 200 pounds and the 280 pounds. I think that's a 205, 200, yeah. Now, this just so it happens that it's just a step easier than all the 300 grippers that I have. I'm not doing a specific company today. I'm just gonna work with the grippers I have to warm up, and I'm gonna attempt this one. I haven't done it 10 months or so, 9 months. I don't think I can close it, but I'm sure I can get pretty close to it. And let's get warmed up. Now I got 3 grippers from 3 different companies. I got 100 pounds resistance, Gods of Grip, Heavy Grips, and the great company Viking. So I'm gonna start. That's a good way for me to warm up. I always like to warm up very in great detail. Much like lifting, I always start with an empty bar. So I'm gonna start with a very light gripper and do like 4 or 5 static holds each hand and move up from here. Heavy Grips, 100-pound gripper. Couple of those, nothing crazy. This, I'm gonna use a monster mash setup to close that 280 gripper. In the previous video, these are right-handed grippers. Otherwise, the handles would be reversed. The outside handle would be inside, as in it would be easier for me. It would be fixed for left-handed, but all my grippers are right-handed. For now, I guess. But I'm gonna do a couple of those as well with the left hand. With the heavy grips. Now these are my 150-pound grippers, and you can see the Viking gripper is a lot wider than the Gods of Grip gripper and the Heavy Grips gripper. And you can see here, the Captains of Crush #1 that I very recently got is so much wider than all of them. It's it's not as crazy here with the Viking, but it's, they vary so much. So when you get to a 150 gripper, you're like you're not doing this for too long. You're not you haven't been lifting or doing any kind of strength training for a long time. This will play a big role in the resistance. I mean, that's a big difference right there. This is 140 supposedly. Of course, it is definitely better rated, because that's that's the Cadillacs of hand grippers. So this is a lot harder to close than the rest of the guys, just because it's so much wider, and it's supposed to be around the same resistance. The Viking, the great company, 150-pound gripper. And another one. Mixing things up, that's the 150-pound gripper with the Gods of Grip company. You can see the collection has a lot of 200-pound grippers. We got LivePro, that's Viking, I think, right? Yes. Gods of Grip, Captains of Crush, Powerball, and Heavy Grips. Now, I would say the hardest one is Captains of Crush and LivePro, because they're so wide. And LivePro is it's got very smooth knurling. Captains of Crush is probably my favorite knurling, I think. I haven't really decided on that. But let's just do, for tribute, let's just do the Captains of Crush one. I'm not gonna do all of those as I'm warming up, there's no point. So Captains of Crush #2 had 195 pounds resistance. 200-pound gripper from Powerball, left-handed. Set it up and close it. Moving up to the 250 grippers, which are usually my limit. I can close all of my 250 grippers. We got what is that? That's Powerball. That's Gods of Grip, Viking, and Heavy Grips. Now I have to admit, I have used the heavy grips more than most of the grippers that I have here. Mostly because I can find them here at extreme stores, like I mentioned before when I did that review, and because they're relatively cheap. Like if I'm gonna abuse my, let's say, Gods of Grip grippers, they're gonna have to be shipped from England, and that took a long time. It's not the company's fault, of course, but due to the quarantine and the Greek post office being fucking retarded, they took like a couple of months to arrive. So if I can abuse my 250, I can always just order another one. It'll be here in 2 days. I'm just saying, they're my, the ones that I usually destroy, and then I test myself with the better brands, I guess, or the more expensive brands, if you want to call it that. So we're gonna try now the Viking Gripper. It's a company that sponsors me, by the way, much like Powerball. So I'm gonna do the Viking and heavy grips now, just to mix things up a little bit. 250-pound gripper by Viking, right-handed. Attempting the 250 gripper by heavy grips with the left hand. The left hand is not as strong as the right hand in crushing grip with the grippers. Pinch grip, I think it's still a bit stronger, but let's try it now. Moving on to the final step for today's session. I'm just doing the Monster Mash sets today. I'm just trying to, I guess, test my strength. This is the LivePro 280-pound gripper, and I know, like I said in the beginning, they're not precisely rated, but it is slightly easier than all of my 300-pound grippers. So it's definitely in between. I hope I can get that to maybe half an inch or 1 centimeter plus to closing. But let's see. I haven't done this legitimately since probably February. I think it's been 10 months since I've done this gripper. I tried this gripper, and I haven't trained at all. That's like the third or fourth session I'm doing. So not that that great expectations, but I'm gonna give my all. I'm gonna do my best. Final attempt. Now it's the LivePro 280-pound gripper. I'm gonna use the caliper, but I tried in the previous video and I couldn't get my hand. My hand was shoving the caliper, so I'm gonna use it the other way. Then I'm gonna turn it and see how far we got, so I can focus on squeezing it. That's about an inch. I got a little closer, but I couldn't fit it in between the handles. But no, that's slightly less than an inch. Slightly less than an inch. The hell of it, I'm just gonna test my left hand. Left hand has been doing well, I guess. I mean, it's the right arm that's injured, forearm and bicep and all that stuff. But the left hand and arm are just in perfect shape. I'm just gonna test it. I'm sure I can get pretty close to the right hand, if not better. Let's see. That was the same. So that was the Monster Mash session for today. It's basically maxing out. So traditionally, I don't max out every week. Much like my strength training, I don't max out every week. Next week it'll be probably credit card sets. I just have a gas station credit card that I use, put between the handles and stuff. Or the table no set, where you pick up the gripper and you close as heavy as you can go, or you just do repetitions with it or whatever. I like to do singles because my right arm is screwed. I got like permanent damage, and I noticed it today because the left hand closed the 280 gripper as close as the right hand did, which is that's the second time I've been surprised by my left hand. And also when I was testing one of the 250s recently, I closed it with the same ease, and I thought, okay, so whether this is progressing or this is regressing, I don't know. But that was the session. I tried to show you almost everything that I have. Some of the Powerball stuff is coming. The 3 lighter grippers are being shipped. They were shipped by the company earlier this summer. They never arrived. I don't know why, but it took, it's been like almost 3 months now. They never arrived. So the guy Carl is sending me the 3 lighter grippers so I can do a review on that line, who's sponsoring me, and I thank them very much for that. And then we got some more Captains of Crush stuff coming up, so our reviews coming up as well on those. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. A small disclaimer: I'm not a grip expert. Definitely haven't studied grip as much as I've studied static strength and explosive strength. Definitely not. I'm just I love grip. I specifically hand grippers, but I do love grip as well. The rest of the exercises, but hand grippers are my I'm obsessed with them. I love them. I like to train and collect them. So there's more stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram. I post shorter versions of the clips that I upload on here. I might do a clip probably next week on how to use the hand grippers, how to place them. But like I said, I'm not an expert. It's all stuff that I've watched from Joe Musselwhite, Mighty Joe Musselwhite. The dude is a legend. My boy Jed Johnson, who's also a legend. He's very young, but he's a legend when it comes to grip. So I've watched that guy for years, and I've talked to him on Messenger and Instagram. I've asked for advice, so he's always been very helpful. I'm just gonna it's my point of view when it comes to using the hand grippers for strength training. So thank you for watching.